Hi folks, this is Garg. Today let's learn about child to parent communication in the Lightning Web Components. So in the previous video, I have told you that how can we communicate from parent to child. So if you are yet to watch that video, then please watch that first, or it is okay if you are aware about the concept. Okay, so let me go to the VS Code. So basically, the use case is that on click of that button on the parent LWC, we are calling the child LWC, and on calling of the child LWC, we are passing some data from the child LWC and we need to render it on the parent LWC. So it's quite simple example just for the learning purpose. So I have two Lightning Web components. One is parent LWC and the other is child LWC. So I have already written the code just to save time. So let me navigate to the parent LWC HTML. So just a reminder in case you are not aware about parent to child communication, this is the syntax we use for calling the child component inside the parent component. This is called the kebab case, and whenever there is a capital letter, we will replace it with a hyphen and then the small. Okay. So this part is of parent to child communication, that we are passing something from parent to child. Okay. And this is the thing which I have done for the child to parent communication. Okay, so let me go to the child to parent communication directly. If you are unaware about the parent to child communication, you can watch that video. You will find the link in the description. Okay, so in the parent to child, what we have done is we have just passed the value in the curly brace. We are passing the value from the parent, and then we are using the @API decorator in the child LWC, and we can receive it. That's simple. You can watch that anyway. Okay, so in the child LWC, this is the thing we have done. Whenever the child LWC is rendered, we are going to the connected callback, and in the connected callback, we are passing a thing called custom event. So what is a custom event? This is a syntax for creating a custom event. You can see. So then we need to dispatch this custom event. So what this custom event have? This custom event have some detail which we are passing, and we need to receive it in the parent Lightning Web component, and we are going to receive it using the thing called event listener. Okay, so there are two ways to do this. One is in the HTML, which is we are going to use the on keyword. Let's say this is the name of our custom event, child data. So we will put on attribute. We will use like this on child data. We are going to call this method. So similar to the things we do in the lightning input or lightning button, like on click of that button or on change, call some method in the JavaScript. Similarly, we are calling this method. Okay. So this way we are invoking the event listener. And the other way is we can directly use in the parent components JavaScript event for handling the event data. We can use addEventListener method. So I am not going to tell you about that in this video. We are going to see that in the next video. And also the thing is, like, we can pass the data outside the DOM boundary as well. So for that we have a thing called bubbles. We are going to see that as well in the next video. So in this case we are going to use it custom event in the HTML. Okay, so you can see in the detail I have passed this data. You can check the syntax. This is the way we are declaring the child event custom event. This is the syntax. This is the name which we will use in the HTML. Remember, we are not going to use this name. We are dispatching this custom event, but this is the name which we are going to use when we refer in the parent HTML. And if let's say also this can't be in the capital letter, it should be in the small letter. Okay, this you also need to keep in mind. And this is the detail. So in the detail you can see I am passing it is in the form of object, so I can pass some other thing as well, like name. Some name we can give multiple ways. Okay, so this is the way I am passing this value from the child to parent. So now let's go to the parent LWC. So on click of that button, on click of that, like we have on click in the button, similarly on child data, on child LWC. So on custom event we are going to call this handle child data. So you can see what I am going to do is, this is the method handle child data. So inside that I am receiving the value. I am receiving the value. Similarly, like we do in the input, lighting input, event.detail.value, event.target.value. Similarly, we can receive like this, event.detail.data, where data is the name we have given. If we have given some other name, then we have to use that name, and detail is this one. So quite simple notation. Using the dot notation, we are just getting the data. And we have declared a variable in the top in the parent LWC JavaScript, and we are going to assign this to that so that we can use that in the HTML. So we will use the this keyword. Now we are going to refer it in the HTML of the parent LWC child data we are going to refer. So you can say I have created a p tag and I am getting this child data here. So we are getting basically from in the parent HTML, we got something from the child LWC, from the JavaScript of the child LWC to be precise. Okay, so let me deploy this once. So you can see on click of that button on the parent LWC, this button is on the parent LWC. First of all, this is rendered. Hi parent. This is coming from parent to child communication concept we have seen in the last video. So you can refer that. Basically this parent, it is coming from, this word is coming from the parent LWC, which we have passed in the child LWC, and then it is rendered in the child LWC HTML. You can see pass data. And the only important thing in the parent to child is using that @API decorator, and we have to import it as well. Okay, then let's come to the child to parent part. So you can see from child, it is rendered here, and it is coming simply from here. That this in the whenever the child LWC is loaded in the connected callback, this event is passed to the parent LWC, and we are receiving it in the parent LWC HTML using this on event listener. This method is called, and in that, in the parent LWC JavaScript, we are getting the data. So it was quite simple. So I hope you are able to understand this concept. Thank you very much. In the next video, I will show you how can we do the same thing using the JavaScript addEventListener method, and also we will learn about bubbles so that we can pass the DOM boundary as well. Thank you.